at the conclusion of the 5th annual Arrowhead Invitational. Behind a hobbled QB, Mahomes defeated Clyde Drexler with a 326-yard, 2-touchdown performance. Nice. Here he is postgame.
I think guys were probably the most pumped up I'd seen them going into a football game. A lot of trash talk coming from a lot of different places. I think no one picked us to win. If so, it was like 5% of people. And we think we've built up enough respect to have a chance to go out and win every game. So whenever you feel like you're the underdog, when you're playing at Arrowhead Stadium, it gets guys ready to go. Yeah, I mean, you got Burrowhead. They beat us last time. They were talking about we got to play them. There was a lot of stuff. I mean, the mayor came at me, man. I mean, I understand he's the mayor of Cincinnati, so he has to think about something. But it's something that you just got to play the football game and then let your play do the talking.
I like it.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot there.
Wow.
5%.
5%. Nice to be part of that 5%. Patrick, you have one other option. You can let your play do the talking, or you can let me do it for you. But real quick, before we get to it,
I don't think
we're
that's
smoking on that Bengals pack. What?
Can you do that?
A violation.
No, I think it's allowed, guys. We're throwing on that Bengals pack today because what we just saw was the most impressive game by the best player we've ever seen in this league. That was his crowning achievement up to this moment. On one damn leg.
He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and this was more impressive. On one leg, down his top 3 receivers against a great defense as underdogs, he delivered again. 3rd time in his career. He got the ball in the playoffs with less than a minute remaining and drove his team down for either the winning or the tying score. No quarterback in the history of the league has done that more than once. He's done it 3 times in 5 years. He is undeniably the greatest postseason quarterback ever.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this is
what if
going too far.
Okay, well, hold on. What if
there's
I told
a guy with 7 rings?
Hold on. What if I told you, you're big into the, the accumulation of things.
Yeah.
What if I told you, Brew, he leads all-time NFL history in literally everything?
Oh, I believe it.
Literally everything. He's the best we've ever seen. And you know what it has made me do? Because I must admit, I don't know if Patrick was talking about me, but I could have been called one of the haters, one of the doubters. Because I unveiled these quarterback rankings last week. Guess what, guys?
Oh, no.
Looks like we need to update them to the correct quarterback rankings. Mahomes on one leg, and then Joe Burrow. So, for the first of many, guys, because all year I've had to hear, Allen, Mahomes, it's Brady, Manning. Now, Mahomes, Burrow, it's Brady. No. Mahomes is both Brady and Manning. So it's more of a Tiger versus the field situation. It's Tiger, and then wait, he's Ernie Els, and he's Sergio Garcia, and he's Phil Mickelson. And the consistent thing is Mahomes going to be there. So drop the Mahomes banner.
Here we go.
You can translate it yourself. Mahomes, GOAT, fire, crutch, ring. The greatest ever, on fire, on one leg, a ring on deck. Not on crutches because the bionic man healed himself. But, Brew, I know it's a tough day for you, my friend, because you are a lifelong Cincinnatian.
That's true.
Who they all
that is true.
Yeah,
and they
I am from Cincinnati.
And Mahomes stole it from you. So go ahead, my friend.
I picked the Bengals, but I love Patrick Mahomes. And I'm going to add to some of the stuff you said. Patrick Mahomes, after that game yesterday, Nick, I'm in awe of 3 things.
Okay.
And Nick Wright is not one of them. I know you probably thought you were one of them. No, you're not. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Patrick Mahomes, and I watching that game yesterday, even though I picked against him, never made me feel more prouder or certain of all the accolades that I have put on this guy. And people said it was too early.
Yeah.
Jordan-esque. Yeah. The best we've ever seen. Yeah. Potential GOAT. He proved it all yesterday. And Nick, you remember a week ago when he played with the bad ankle, you asked me, was that his flu game? You wanted me to go there. This was his flu game. And if they win it, if they win the Super Bowl, it might be better.
We have another.
It might be better than the flu game.
Go ahead.
Because last time I checked, the high ankle sprain is worse than the flu. It's bad as
you
the
don't
flu
say.
can,
Especially
or
worse than being hungover from gambling all night.
Or food poisoning or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But this was Isaiah Thomas scoring 25
Damn
points
straight.
in the third quarter of
Yeah.
the finals game on a bad ankle.
Okay.
Nick, I got to say this. Watching that game, as a guy that picked Cincinnati, every time he touched the ball, I was afraid.
You're damn straight.
Every time he gets the ball. And I have only felt this way about 2 other athletes in the history of American sports. One was Barry Bonds when he hit 73 homers.
Yep.
Every time he stepped to the plate, you felt like he's going to hit a homer, and I'm surprised when he doesn't. I'm
It's a
serious.
single-season home
and
run
then
record.
Mike, I know, but I was surprised every time he didn't hit a homer. Michael Jordan, if they're down 15 with 6 minutes left, I still thought they're going to come back and win. And with Patrick Mahomes, I felt like every time this guy got the ball, I'm surprised when they don't score at least 3 points, if not 7. The dude is all that, period.
Because are you doubting that, Wilds?
No, but you guys are going overboard. This is the motif of the show. You're taking it too far.
How's it too far?
I mean, I didn't say he was more impressive than 7 Super Bowl wins, but I say he's the best I've ever seen.
We're watching
He's Jordan-esque.
the most talented guy to ever do it, who's not at the peak of his powers because he's injured, who yesterday in the fourth quarter of the AFC Championship game, while Joe Burrow was deciding which do I want to target, T. Higgins or Jamar Chase when I throw my next critical interception, he's throwing to Marcus Kemp, who coming into that game had 24 tackles in his career and 4 catches. He's doing that on one leg in that environment, and we knew he would. With that said, it was not just Mahomes yesterday.
Thank you. I was about to say.
Chris Jones, who I told you 2 months ago could be the Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the many things I've been right about and the Wilds has laughed at me about, but that's fine. He showed you why he could be the Defensive Player of the Year. The rookies that I've been hammering the table saying, I don't care what the season-long rankings are, the team's going to get better when you're playing 6 rookies on defense. You have your top corner go out of the game, and the rookies step up, which is why it was so gratifying for me and my colleagues on the committee when, hand to God, around midnight last night, a text message comes in from the architect of this team, the general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs, who had this T-shirt made up before the game. The committee warned you. I did not send that to him. I had never spoken to Mr. Veach a minute in my life prior to receiving that text and then a FaceTime from him, Eric Stonestreet, and Paul Rudd, which leads me to saying, you know what? Yeah, the other great Kansas Cityans. It was great. Yeah, Harry Truman wanted to be there for that call. But let me tell you, drop the next banner. Because don't say we didn't warn you. Oh, the next banner's not coming, but it will, I promise, at some point. That next banner will say the committee warns you. Because the committee did warn you all year long. Go ahead, Wilds. It'll come at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Stay tuned. It's a great...
Oh, there it is! Don't tell me the committee didn't warn you. The committee told you all year.
Okay, sorry. We spent our banner budget on cigars.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the pivotal play in the fourth. Joseph Osai pushes Mahomes while out of bounds. 15 yards leads to the game-winning field goal. Here's Osai flanked by awesome teammate B.J. Hill. Take a listen.
Dumb question. Come on. He played his butt off the whole game. Actually, a different question.
I gotta, like Sam was saying, I gotta learn from experience, and I gotta know not to get close to that quarterback when he's close to that sideline. If there's anything that could possibly cause a penalty in a dire situation like that, I gotta do better.
All right, Brew, what was your reaction to that play?
I mean, you had to call it. I hated it. You may have even, well, probably not. You didn't hate it. But I hate to see a game in that way. But he did push him out of bounds. And I think, look, I feel this way about every call like this that's on the sideline. There was one earlier in the game, I think, on the Chiefs. It's every instinct in your body is telling you to kind of hit the guy when it's that close to the field of play. You have to learn, look, defensive linemen have learned not to crush quarterbacks and fall on them, you know, or when they're either in the pocket or running. But this is a tough play. Osai actually played a really good game.
He did.
It's unfortunate. I felt for him. But the complaints, Nick, are about the officiating. And I don't, look, it happens. We've seen it before. But there were some calls. Y'all did benefit from some calls or lacks thereof.
When we had the touchdown taken away from us, or when we had the interception taken away from us?
I'm going to show you.
Okay,
we got